what I'm going to do today is to make this angle plate. Well, I'm calling it an angle plate. It's actually an ANGLESET jaw assembly. It goes in the vise and you put pins in here, and then this is the datum hole, and the line from there to the datum hole is the angle, says you're using angle blocks. I can't take credit for this because it's not mine. It's by John's Workshop. I'm going to put a link in the description to John's Workshop. He deserves all of the credit for this. He invented it. I'm just copying it. It was sent to me by a viewer of the channel who saw me fumbling about with two different angle blocks trying to get an angle, and suggested that this might be a good idea, so I've decided I'm going to make it. What I'm going to use is a piece of 15 by 40 well, by 500. It's ground flat stock anyway. But what I'm going to do is to lop a piece off the end to make this plate. The size of the plate is, well, hopefully it's going to be 40mm by something. It's going to be 40mm by 15 by 100. Yeah, it's going to be 40mm by 15 by 100. So I've got to cut 100mm off that end. So over to the saw, and we'll get a bit lopped off there, and then I'll put it in the mill to clean it up, because what John emphasises on John's Workshop is precision obviously is the key to success. If you got the hole out by 0.5 millimetre, it's not going to give the angle. And what he's done this the sheet here, which tells you which pins and what the angle is. So anyway, it also gives the XY coordinates for the DRO to be able to drill it all out. So anyway, I'm going to get a piece cut off. I'm going to set up a test piece so I can get the drill and the reamer, or maybe just the drill, I don't know, to fit the pin, because it's no good having the pin wobbling about. It's got to be a firm pin for this all to work. So anyway, over to the saw, as I've said probably 2 times already. Well held. Right, let's just get the ends cleaned up, and then I'll do a test piece, and then we'll put this back in and set it out. Right, just going to drill out a test hole. Right, that's a 2.9 drill bit, and the dowels measure 2.97. So let's have a look. Too tight, but you can bet a 3mm drill would be too loose. But we could try a 3mm reamer. Right, let's try that. Right. Well, that instantly snapped off, so that's that hole out the way, and that's the 3mm reamer gone, so at least it snapped off on the test piece. Let's try a 3mm drill bit. Try that. No, as suspected. Do wibbly wobbly. Oh. Right. Not having a great deal of success here. What I've decided to do, I'm going to go with this 2.9 hole, and then I'm going to make the pins fit the hole. I'll make some pins so they're a tight fit to the hole, because 3mm is too big. I mean, I could turn some 3mm pins, but it's just as easy to do it that way. So I'm going to go back to put the main one in, and we'll get it set up, get it chamfered off, get it set up, and I'm going to go around, drill some 2.9 holes, and yeah, see where we go from there. Right, the first thing I want to do is to get some nice chamfers on it. So what I'm going to do, pop it in there nice. Put the chamfer bit in. Alright, the easiest way I find to get a more or less identical chamfer all the way around is to spin the part round. Obviously if it doesn't mess your setup up. Right, that gives a nice equal chamfer all the way around. Now the datum hole is centre, which is 50mm, and 5mm up. That's the datum hole. All holes are then referenced from this point in the coordinates. So I assume from the datum I then move to these X and Y points to give me the hole positions. That's the pattern. That's what I've got to drill out. There is 41 holes. So I'm going to spot drill 41 to start with, and then I'm going to come back round the coordinates again and drill them out properly. I don't think there's any benefit to just keep swapping the bits over, because I haven't got a drill chuck in, I've got to keep changing the collar every time. So let's get a centre drill in, start the first one off, get that drilled, and then we'll go off to the others. Right, that's half the holes spot drilled. I'm going to do the other half and then I'll come back and show you a little bit of the drilling. It's not a very exciting thing watching all of that, but anyway, I'll come back and do that. Right, that's all of the holes spot drilled. There's 2 extra ones in that side, but it's right according to the drawing. Not sure why they're in that side, not in that side. 1441. Oh, there, 29 degrees metric thread and 26.5 degrees imperial thread. Oh, that's if you can use this on the lathe, I think, and that's what they're for. Yeah. If you go over to John's video, he'll explain that better than me. So anyway, I'm just going to change this bit out for a 2.9. As I said previously, I'm going to drill these out to 2.9, and then I'm going to make the pin fit the hole. Right, I'm starting off at 00. I'll set the quill DRO at 0 as well. I'm going to drill each one to 10 millimeters. Right, I'm just going to deburr all of those holes and then I'll be back. Right, that's all of the holes deburred. You'll notice there's 2 more over this side. This is something to do with in the lathe. But anyway, that's the holes deburred. So what I can do now is put it in the vise and show you how it's designed to work. But what I've got to do first is I've just got to get the pin to fit. The pin doesn't quite fit in these holes yet, so I'm going to just take it over to the lathe and just machine it down just a touch, probably on a bit of emery, until it fits the holes. Right, it's time to demonstrate how it works. So you put your pins in according to the hole and the angle. This is your datum pin. You put those in and they go up in 5 degrees, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, etc. These two here, where are we? This one and this one are for when you use it on the lathe, so it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, ignoring these two, because if you notice they're not on the other side. So that's how it goes up in degrees, and you've obviously got a 90 degree there, and the same the other side. It's duplicate obviously. So what you do is you put your pin in, we set it at 20 degrees, place it in the vise, put your part so it rests on the pins, and there you have it, 20 degrees. This was sent to me by a viewer of the channel. I was fumbling around with a couple of blocks, I think, to get 35 degrees, because I didn't have a 35 degrees. I think I had a 20 and a 15, and I was fumbling about. Well, this is obviously much easier. But the credit, all of the credit has to go to John's workshop. I'll put a link in the description. It's called an ANGLESET jaw assembly is what John's called it. So we'll stick with that name for the title of the video, but all of the credit goes to John. If you go over to John's video, there's a link in his description where you can download the plans for free. got a lot of options. It only goes up in 5-degree increments, so if you wanted something in between, say you wanted 22, then there's no reason why you can't put an angle block on there to get the 2 degrees. It sort of holds everything in position. This little pin here, those pins, I'm not sure if this pin will fit in actually. I don't think this pin fits because I haven't done it to fit, but when you put the pin in there, I demonstrate there, when the pin is in there, that works as a stop to stop that from sliding down. And also what it's for is if you've got a small part and you put it on there and it's too low down, what you could do, you just put a parallel on there first and then put your part in so it raises it up. But that's basically how it works anyway, and it's going to be a very useful addition to the workshop. And thank you to the viewer who sent me the link to John's video, and thank you to John for providing the plans and all of the details free of charge. So if you want to say thank you to John, go over to, you know, for producing this, just go over to his link, and I think you can buy him a coffee. Go and buy him a coffee, and thanks for watching. That's all folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. I would also appreciate it if you would click the subscribe button, because that will enable me to grow the channel so that I can keep making these videos. Please leave a comment or a question. I do read all of the comments and reply to as many as I can. Thanks for watching.